in the lowlands as Glory heads to Amsterdam for Glory 45 Super Fight Series. It's a night of hometown heroes headlined by a middleweight clash between #1 ranked ex-champion Jason Wilness and the #2 ranked rising star Yusuri Belgarwi. Wilness is hungry for another title shot, but 24-year-old Belgarwi has other ideas as he goes for the upset. Plus, an electric matchup in the featherweight division as hot prospects Masaru Glunder and Zachary Zugari meet for the first time in the Glory ring. Both men want to make a statement in what many consider to be the fight of the night. And lightweight action when 8th-ranked Tijani Beztadi takes on 4th-ranked Yutkampan Zitmonchai. It's Glory 45 Super Fight Series.
Want to welcome those of you watching in over 180 countries around the world on UFC Fight Pass. We are in the south of Amsterdam at the Sports Hall for Glory Super Fight Series. Ringside, my name is Todd Grisham, alongside the former welterweight champion of the world and Joseph Valtellini. And of all the cards we've been privileged to call here for Glory, this one is loaded with more young talent than any we've seen.
Yeah, there's so many young fighters on this card, and they're hungry, they're motivated, and they're excited to put on dominant performances.
And of course, in our middleweight bout, the winner gets a title shot later this year in December. It's Jason Wilness taking on Yusuri Belgarwi, both guys in their mid-20s. A lot of room to grow still.
Yeah, and right now you have the champion Simon Marcus sitting at the top, and Jason Wilness and Yusuri Belgarwi are both motivated fighters, and they have to win this fight tonight in order to get a shot at the champion.
Belgarwi has been very patient. Tonight is his time to shine, Joe.
Yeah, he has a big opportunity coming off a contender tournament win. He really needs a strong performance against, the #1 contender. And here he had a tough fight against Israel Adesanya, and it really showed how tough and how durable and how aggressive Yusuri Belgarwi is. And then he entered in another 10 contenders tournament, and this is where he beat Alex Pereira to become the #2 contender.
Yusuri Belgarwi says he's ready for the title.
When I win this fight, I get the title shot that I actually already deserved, but that's no problem. I set that aside because this is also a logical step for the people to see that I'm really the best. Jason Wilness is now ranked #1, so it's logical to take him first and then go for the title. If Simon Marcus is still busy with his little injuries, I don't know what he has, maybe his nail broke or something, let him defend now first against who they want to put against him. I'll be next, and this is what happens after this fight.
Well, he's very confident, Joe, but tonight he gets to face the former champion of the world.
Yeah, and it's very hard to fight someone like Jason Wilness because he has that forward aggressive pressure that a lot of guys have hard times with. So look for his low kicks and inside body punching.
Jason Wilness and Simon Marcus have quite the rivalry going on, and they could fight again depending on what happens tonight.
Yeah, this would be the 4th time if they fight each other. Both have had back and forth, very exciting trilogy, so I know Wilness wants another crack at Simon.
Wilness knocked him out, and in his last fight lost a close split decision. Wilness wants that title back.
Yes, I had the belt, and I defended it one time, and yeah, it's the #1 spot and in the world, and of course you want to be there. That's what you train for, that's what you live for. And yeah, after this win I will get it back for sure.
Joe, as exciting as that middleweight fight's going to be tonight in our main event, you think the fight of the night is going to be between two 23-year-olds?
Yeah, they're both very young, and one of the most exciting to watch is Zachary Zugari. We saw him at Glory 41 last time in Holland, where he fought Jetson Otschool, which was a back-and-forth fight. We got to see that unpredictable style, and a fight that could easily be one of the fights of the year.
As for Masaru Glunder, his opponent tonight, he almost won a contender tournament his last time out.
And not only did he almost win it, it was in a weight class ahead. He went in a lightweight contenders tournament, and he had a great knockout over Nicholas Larson.
So we've talked about two guys in their mid-20s, two 23-year-olds. How about a 19-year-old who might just be the next big thing in Glory? Backstage, Whitney Miller with Tijani Beztadi.
Tijani, you're looking to go 4-0 tonight. You're a rising star in the Glory division, but your opponent has over 100 fights. How do you beat him?
Yeah, just to fight, I'm ready. I got a tremendous training camp, so, we got a game plan, and, yeah, let's go. The only thing that's what I got to say. Let's go, yeah.
So we're here in your home city. You have tons of friends and family in the arena. What is your message to them?
keep supporting me, and let's get this W together. Yeah.
Good luck. Thank you. Let's get things started right now.
Glory Sports International, the world's premier kickboxing organization, returns to the banks of the Amstel River in the World Heritage Site of Amsterdam for the Glory Super Fight Series, where the stars of kickboxing's future meet the sport's historical past. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association. The Netherlands National Director Willem Verdonk is with us ringside. Sport Hollandsound, are you ready for glory? He fought on the undercard at Glory 41 in Den Bosch, but makes his first Super Fight Series appearance. Here comes Stoyan Koprivilenski.
Stoyan Koprivilenski fighting out of Bulgaria. He's 7-0, Joe. What's the scouting report on this guy making his Glory debut?
Well, he does have a lot of talent, and he's with Mike's gym, so he comes from a very technical camp that really knows how to help his style. Because he's tall, he's aggressive, but what makes him very dangerous is that he can adapt really well. So he can pressure fight when he needs to, or he can move around and dance around if he also needs to.
This man won a lightweight title right here in Holland. Here comes Kevin Hessling.
Kevin Hessling coming out to what would be considered a happy folk song here in Netherlands. Everyone seems to know the words but me and Joe. But this guy's the real deal, 9-3-0, but he has won a lightweight title here in Holland before.
Yeah, he might not be as experienced, but he has fought big names in the sport, and he is ready for his debut.
Here's our tail of the tape for this, our opener. In the welterweight division, 170 pounds, 77 kilos. It's Netherlands versus Bulgaria. Hessling, 30 years old. Koprivilenski is just 23. Hessling is an inch and a half taller.
And both guys are still very new to their professional careers. Hessling with a fight advantage.
Here are the Glory rules. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, and knees are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's a TKO.
And taking a look at the Glory scoring tonight in Amsterdam, 5 judges will be scoring the bout using the 10-point must system. Scoring is based on knockdowns, damage, clean scoring strikes with an emphasis on spectacular techniques. Finally, if there's no advantage, judges are looking at aggressiveness.
This bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds, and introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He's an amateur world Muay Thai champion. His young professional record, perfect. 7 fights, 7 wins. 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, he weighed in at 159 1/2 pounds, 72.3 kilos. He's here tonight fighting out of Bulgaria. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Stoyan, the Sniper, Koprivilenski. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, trained in Muay Thai and kickboxing. His record, 9 wins, 3 losses. 2 of those career wins coming by knockout. At 6 feet, 1/2 inch tall, 1.84 meters. He too weighed in at 159 1/2 pounds, 72.3 kilos. Fighting out of the Netherlands, here is Kevin Hessling. And your referee in charge of this bout is Big John Axwood.
Okay guys, you know the rules. break is break, stop is stop. Okay? Any question?
So here we go, Joe. Welterweight action, Hessling versus Koprivlinski. What's the keys to victory for these two guys?
Well, I think Koprivlinski really needs to use his length and his power kicking on the outside, where Hessling's going to want to come in, try to get inside, and keep active with his combinations.
Look how active Hessling is right now. He's wearing the white gloves, Koprivlinski in the black on the back foot right now.
He's bringing a lot of forward pressure.
Hessling looks in fantastic shape.
All right, step back. All right.
Nice head kick there from Koprivlinski.
Koprivlinski's got some very powerful kicks, but he needs to kind of keep some space to try to let them go.
All right, step back.
Hessling fighting out of Haarlem Gym, a small town just outside Amsterdam, and dare I use the word lovely, because Joe and I and Whitney Miller got a chance to tour that town yesterday.
Yeah, it was very nice. Small little town.
Break, step back.
Koprivlinski, according to our Bulgarian contacts, people tell us that he's very popular in that country. In fact, he has a slew of television interviews lined up next week after this fight, so he is hoping to win, so he has something good to talk about. Claims to be the most famous fighter this side of Kublev Pulev, who is fighting Anthony Joshua for the heavyweight boxing championship of the world.
A lot of good back and forth exchanges. Stoyan is being forced to fight back.
You can see how red Koprivlinski's face is already.
Nice counter right hand from Hessling.
Boy, Hessling looks technically very sound.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job at, mixing up levels, using his punches and kicks, throwing them in combination.
He did catch a right hand on the chin there, may have caused him some problems.
If this goes the distance, it's going to be an exhausting 3 rounds for the two. Body work for Hessling.
All right, step back.
Only 3 3-minute rounds. I'm sure many of you watching now on UFC Fight Pass saw Gokhan Saki's debut in UFC in Tokyo last week. He was about gassed out towards the end of that first 5-minute round.
Yeah, but he found that power and got that nice left hook knockout.
Knocking out Hiki da Silva. Can't wait to see what Saki does next as Hessling lands a couple of big punches.
I like when Stoyan uses the kicks.
It seems, though, that Hessling's been blocking them pretty well, at least the high kicks.
Yeah, because he keeps coming forward. He's not going to let Koprivlinski get too much space.
Again, partially blocked, but those still do a little damage, do they not?
Yeah, this through the guard still hurts sometimes. You can still knock your opponent out with hard kicks to the head, even though the guard's there.
Nice left hand. It was a jab, snapped Koprivlinski's head back. What do you think of that round 1?
Well, I thought it was a great round for Kevin Hessling. Just being the busier fighter, being able to do good combination work. I have him winning that round, 10-9.
Let's get to know these fighters a little bit better as we check out the fighter profiles. First up, out of the Netherlands, it's Kevin Hessling.
He does come with a Muay Thai base, but when asked him in his pre-fight interview, he says he loves kickboxing, but he also has a Taekwondo base to him, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of those kicks, flashy kicks, come out. Koprivlinski, Mike's gym, very young, only 23 years old, studying to be a marine navigator, and he had a great undercard performance against Paul Jensen, which got him this fight tonight.
We do consider this his glory debut. We don't call prelim fights or undercard fights glory fights per se. So Koprivlinski looked good on a glory card, but not part of the glory crew.
That's right.
There's our beautiful glory girls. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. One of our glory girls is from America, one is from Sweden, and one is from Belgium. I did the research, Joe. I go the next mile sometimes.
I like it.
Round 2, they come out kicking again.
Look like Stoyan's going to try to come out and be a little bit busier.
Stoyan's throwing some wide punches there.
It's going to be interesting to see if Kevin can keep that pace.
Kevin has fought 3 Mike's Gym's fighters before as we get a low blow, and he's 2-1 against that gym, which is no easy task.
No, definitely not.
Kevin took this fight on 2 weeks' notice, but said, listen, I was training for another fight. I've got no excuses. I will be ready. We'll see how his cardio looks in the 3rd round.
It was a very high output round for him. He threw 121 strikes so far to the 84 of Koprivlinski.
He just landed a knee and then a left hand. And you can see that Koprivlinski's trying to clinch up and hold on here, which you cannot do in Glory kickboxing.
Right.
Nope. Hessling's trying to break the grip and punch.
Hessling again being the aggressor. It's worked well for him through 2.5 rounds.
He lost a little snap in his punch.
So too has his opponent Koprivlinski.
Nice body work from Koprivlinski.
Koprivlinski said to us yesterday, I prefer the counterattack. Well, guess what? This is the perfect fight for him then, because Kevin's doing all the pressure.
Kevin's forcing him to fight. He's forcing him into his own fight, which is fatiguing Stoyan.
That is a push kick. Will not be considered a knockdown. Didn't do damage.
Good exchange of left kicks.
Oh, and there's Kevin Hessling teeing off now on Koprivlinski.
I like how he
Landed a
makes
head
those
kick.
knees and punches. Setting those knees right up the middle with his boxing.
Another body kick. Right now, Hessling looks on a little different level.
Yeah, it's just him being busier, being more active.
Look at the total strikes, 175. Go down in your basement if you've got a heavy bag and throw 175 strikes and tell me how you feel.
Hessling just isn't giving you any time to breathe. Before and after your combination, he's throwing.
And again, he took this on 2 weeks' notice. He looks fresher for sure.
Well, his mouth's starting to open, taking deeper breaths. But he has a minute to recover.
He's got a nasty jab, too. There was a question mark kick to end the round for Koprivlinski. But through 2 rounds, you've got to give the edge to the Dutchman.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at some of that action. No, it's just Hessling coming forward, almost landing that right knee. But look how he just follows everything up with volume. He'll land one strike, but then he always follows it up. If he lands a kick, he'll follow with his boxing. So that's what's giving him the biggest advantage in this fight.
GloryShop.com has all the latest in Glory merchandise at the click of a button. Now available a wide assortment of Glory t-shirts and more, including the latest fight t-shirt from this week's show in Amsterdam. Shop now at GloryShop.com. I tell you, every time I put on a Glory t-shirt, the women come running, Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't work with me.
Really?
I don't know, just for you. Maybe it's not the shirt,
For those of you watching at home, give it a try. Let us know how it goes. Getting set for the 3rd and final round, and so far everything's come up tulips for Kevin Hessling. What would your advice be to Stoyan Koprivlinski?
Well, let's see how deep in the tank you can go. You can't let Hessling get the momentum going like he's doing now. When Kevin has momentum, it's very dangerous. Stoyan has to combo break him and try to land some power shots, because he needs a knockout.
Bulgaria, not known for their fighting culture per se, at least in combat sports. Koprivlinski hoped to change all that. Felt a win tonight would really put him on the map in that country.
For such a young guy, he has committed so much to the sport. Spends a lot of time in Holland preparing for his fights.
And keep in mind, he is undefeated. No one has beaten him. 7-0 as he eats a high kick, then throws one of his own. But look at the punch distribution.
Yeah, Hessling attacking the head non-stop.
Thrown over 50 more strikes has Kevin Hessling. So we thought maybe Stoyan might make a name for himself tonight. What about Kevin Hessling, Joe?
Yeah, he's doing really well.
He looks like he can do a lot of damage in this welterweight division. That flying knee connects.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to match his pace. He hasn't stopped throwing.
And he won a title at lightweight, so here he is at welterweight.
And here's those Taekwondo kicks, mixed in some spinning back kicks. He's had some high kicks.
I'll tell you what, I'm no aficionado like you, Joe, but I think a spinning back fist by Hessling would be just what the doctor ordered.
It would be a good strike.
Seems like Koprivensky keeps his hands down and then covers up right as he sees Hessling coming in.
As Stoyan comes in, that's the time you want to spin off.
All right, step back. Step back. Stop.
Big overhand right. And every large shot that Koprivensky throws, it seems like Hessling's blocking it. There's a spinning back fist, but from the Bulgarian.
But not only does he block it, he comes back with 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes.
Koprivensky has just been outclassed on every level in this fight so far. A clinic being displayed by Hessling.
Well, being an undefeated fighter, you put a lot of extra pressure on you because you never want to lose. Nobody wants to lose, but maybe this loss could, motivate him to work harder in the gym, stay focused on what really matters. A lot of people say you learn the most through losses.
He just landed a big knee, but Hessling handled it well and continues to come back with 15 seconds to go.
Doing a good job at blocking all those kicks from Stoyan.
Ate an uppercut.
Break. Step back. Step back. All right. Time.
The Haarlem, Holland native, perhaps with his best ever performance, beating Stoyan Koprivensky, or so we think. We'll go to the 5 judges' scorecards when we return. You're watching Glory's Super Fight Series here on UFC Fight Pass. And now for more information on Glory Kickboxing rules.
Glory Kickboxing is the most action-packed fight sport on the planet. Legal strikes are punches, kicks, and knees. Regular bouts are 3 rounds. Championship bouts are 5, and each round is 3 minutes of action. Outfight your opponent for 10-9. Knock them down for 10-8. In a normal bout or tournament final, 3 knockdowns in 1 round or 4 in the entire bout, and the fight is over by TKO. In a tournament semi, 2 knockdowns in 1 round or 3 in the entire bout, and it's all over. Or you can just knock your opponent out. Sweeps, elbows, and grappling are not allowed. Clinching is okay if you follow up with a knee. Glory rules are designed to bring non-stop, fast-paced stand-up action. To find out more, go to glorykickboxing.com.
Welcome back to Amsterdam as we jump into our highlights from our opening bout between Kevin Hessling and Stoyan Koprivensky.
These highlights are going to be a lot about Kevin Hessling coming forward, really mixing in his strikes. Not letting Koprivensky get anything going. He was able to just mix his strikes, mix his levels. He landed some good knees, especially in that second round. And just as we thought his conditioning could have been an issue, he did a good job in that 3rd round, still pressing the action, still mixing it up, landing those spectacular strikes, and a great performance by Kevin Hessling.
Here's our strike count. As you can see, 80 punches landed for Koprivensky, 23 knees, and more kicks. He landed everything more than his Bulgarian counterpart.
Strikes absorbed. It was Kevin Hessling really looking to attack the head and the body. He did land some good low kicks, but most of the damage came from his punching.
Now for our official decision, here's the voice of Tim Hughes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go go to the judges' scorecard, here are the totals from our 5 ringside judges. They all see it the same and score this bout 30-27, a unanimous decision for your winner, Kevin Hessling.
Excellent Glory debut for Kevin Hessling. He's going to make some big noise in the division if he's able to continue to press action like that in this division.
Would love to see him back in action, maybe when we return to Holland later this year. More on that straight ahead. Coming up later, perhaps the best prospect in all of Glory. 19 years old, Tejani Beztadi squares off against another young gun, 22-year-old Muay Thai champion, Yutmongkun Sitmonchai, who's some of the most devastating kicks in the game. But up next, they call him Mr. Cool. Evan Dannenberg promises to be red hot, though, as he welcomes Glory newcomer Wellington Uega. He's never been beaten, 30-0. But how will he fare in his debut in the toughest kickboxing promotion in the world? We find out next.
Saturday, October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China, Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series, with top-flight heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva, plus that's Panorong, the Professor Kia Fukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Guang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.
We are currently on one of the greatest streaks in Glory history. We are shaking and moving, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, obviously, we are in Holland. In 2 weeks, we're in China. That's right, Guangzhou Stadium. Rico Verhoeven squaring off against Bigfoot Silva in the main event. Then we go to France 2 weeks later. Artem Bahitov is back and defending his light heavyweight championship. Then it's on to New York in December. Tiffany Van Soos puts her women's super bantamweight title on the line. And guess what? It's our season closer. We're proud to announce Glory Redemption live from Rotterdam, Saturday, December 9th. And our heavyweight champion, Rico Verhoeven, takes on number 2 ranked Jamal Big Ben Sadiq and their long-awaited title fight. Also, it's a rematch of the 2016 Fight of the Year, Daniel Lunga versus Michael Dukes. What a night it's going to be, Joe. I can't wait.
Oh, that's incredible. If you're a kickboxing fan, to see that schedule and now Glory Redemption, man, it's a good time for kickboxing.
Tickets go on sale Thursday, October 5th. Go to glorykickboxing.com for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's welterweight division. This man steps into the Glory ring for the first time and puts his unblemished record on the line. Here is Wellington Uega.
Wellington Uega, 30-0, Joe. This isn't like boxing where 30-0 records are a dime a dozen. To get to 30-0 in kickboxing, you have to be something special. But tonight, his true litmus test. Is he as good as that record indicates?
Well, we're going to have to find out. He does have a lot of good talent. He has that Brazilian tough style of fighting, and, you know, the potential for Uega is endless.
He won his Glory debut at Glory 31 here in Amsterdam over Maximo Suarez. Here comes Ivan Dannenberg.
I expected Wellington Uega to come out to this type of music. He does represent Aruba, which is a former Dutch colony. And he took a couple of months off after his last fight, said he wanted to rest, refreshed his mind, and now he's back and ready and promises that the Brazilian's O will go tonight.
Yeah, and he's just a talented young kid at 6'4". He's got a long range, long reach. He came off of a tough split decision loss to Kareem Ben-Mansour. That could have been an extra round in my opinion, but regardless, this kid's talented, he's tall, and has a bright future.
A lot of people here tonight that you might recognize, including, lean back, John Franklin, our CEO. That is Badr Hari, one of the true legends in kickboxing. Also here tonight, one of the best Glory champions we've ever seen, Nicky Holskin, who was supposed to be on this card, in fact, tonight, but suffered an injury.
Yeah, he had an injury, had a tough fight planned, but the injury kept him out of the ring.
So here's our tail of the tape for our second welterweight bout of the night. Dannenberg from Aruba, Uega from Brazil. And as you can see, a distinct height and reach edge for Dannenberg.
When it comes to professional experience, both guys have 30 fights. As Todd mentioned earlier, it's Uega with that undefeated record.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. This Pan-American champion has yet to taste defeat inside the ring. His career record, 30 fights, 30 wins with 19 career knockouts. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.86 meters, and he weighed in at fight time at 168.5 pounds, 76.6 kilos. He's here tonight, fighting out of Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Wellington Kalashnikov Uega. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a two-time Dutch, three-time world champion. He has a record of 24 wins with 6 losses, 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, 1.93 meters, he weighed in at 168.5 pounds, 76.4 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Aruba, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Cool, Ivan Dannenberg. And your referee in charge of this bout is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules, so you find 2. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like. Push back. Judge.
Is Wellington Uega for real? We're about to find out. As he squares off against Mr. Cool, Uega, the Brazilian, wearing the black gloves. Dannenberg wearing the white.
And the first thing you're gonna see is Dannenberg really try to use that reach and stay long. There's those nice long punches and combinations. Some of his best weapons.
Dannenberg built a lot like Tajani Beztadi, the 19-year-old we'll see later tonight. Also very tall for his division.
You're gonna try to see Dannenberg stay long. He does have good knees. Being a tall fighter, to land those knees up the middle, very good strategy.
Now Uega certainly has the experience edge. Right. He's 32 years old, but Dannenberg at the age of 24 already has 30 of his own fights, Joe.
Yeah, he's just very talented, and he needed a little break because maybe he was overwhelmed from all the training and all the fights he's had. Right. But he says he's a different person now.
Dannenberg, a former FFC welterweight champion. Glory, obviously a different level. Uega not intimidated in the least bit of joining Glory. He feels like he's just going to pick up right where he left off.
Uega's had a really tough career. In 2009, he won the Pan Ams, and after winning, he ended up diving into a pool and actually breaking some of the bones, vertebrae in his neck, which kept him out of the ring for a while. So he's taking every fight as a blessing.
That's right, he broke his cervical spine, said he could have been paralyzed. And on that note, we give a shout out to one of our Glory employees, Noah Franklin, who had a very similar incident, a severe neck injury. Let's be honest, he could be dead right now, but he's alive, couldn't make it here with us to this show, but we can't wait to see you back in the fold, Noah, hopefully in Paris or in Lyon, France in a couple weeks.
I bet you if it was up to Noah, he'd be here right now, regardless.
He didn't even want to go to the hospital. His dad made him go. He had a broken neck, Noah.
Fight!
What do you think so far here in round one?
Well, it's Dannenberg trying to stay long, but I need to see a little bit more pressure from Uega.
Right hand connects. Oh, but it left him open for the counter, which Dannenberg landed.
You can't give Dannenberg too much space. Trying to land those knees.
Break.
And that left hand right on the ear wobbled Uega. And Wellington, or rather Evan Dannenberg, going for the show closer here, round one. And down goes the Brazilian, and that is indeed a knockdown.
2, 3, 4.
Good pressure from Dannenberg.
5, 6, 7, 8. Gloves up.
And that's the end of round one, which will definitely go to Uega.
Sorry, Dannenberg. It's got to go to Dannenberg.
Excuse me, Dannenberg, my apologies.
Let's take a look at that ending there. Is Dannenberg really putting on good aggression with his boxing? Found a few knees to the body. A lot of those punches are blocked, few slipping the guard. It's kind of hard to see if that knee pushed him back.
And Joe, what does a punch to your ear feel like?
Well, it kind of rocks that equilibrium in your brain, which kind of disorients you slightly, and that's kind of what happened. So a lot of good times hitting that ear is very dangerous.
Your feet don't really sync up with your brain for a minute.
Yeah, like you find you're off balance, so you're trying to walk, but your feet aren't under you.
So Uega, full of confidence with a 30-0 record, now is facing adversity. He's probably never faced anything quite like this. How does he handle it?
Well, we're going to find out. I think he needs to come forward a little bit more and try to be a little bit more active. Fight Metrics only has him landing 7 of 32 strikes.
Fight! So round two now. Uega, known as the Kalashnikov, or the Russian AK-47, needs to find some bullets in his chamber right now as Dannenberg again swinging for the fences.
Going right to work with his boxing.
Fight!
Break.
Dannenberg currently ranked 13th in the world in the welterweight division. Oh, and a big knee to the body.
Yeah. Back of the head, just twice. Back of the head. Fight!
Dannenberg being warned from back of the head shots.
And another knee. Boy, Dannenberg looks as cool as ever, does he not?
Yeah, he got that name from Earl Zimmerman. Watched him fight once. And he says, man, this Dannenberg kid's just always cool, even in the fights.
He debuted at Glory 41 right here in Amsterdam, beat Spaniard Maximo Suarez. Now he's searching his sights on the very top, and this is a fight he needs to win, and that left hand puts Uega down again.
The way he just angled out and landed that shot. Well done, Dannenberg.
6, 7, 8. Gloves up. Fight!
So Dannenberg, who's ended 12 fights of his 24 wins, is looking for another knockout here tonight. So much time left. The Brazilian's going to take a knee for his third knockdown.
2, 3.
I like how Dannenberg let him go down, didn't give him extra shots. He had an opportunity to hit him a few more times.
8. Gloves up. Gloves up. Fight!
So Hemmer's Gym, the corner of Uega, shouting instructions, and this is over. This is over. Paul Nichols makes it official, and Mr. Cool as you'd like here in Amsterdam with his 25th win, his 13th knockout.
Way to come in and finish that. He knew he had Uega hurt with his boxing. He came in with his second round and really put the active pressure on him.
What a moment for Dannenberg, who took some time off, wanted to refocus, re-energize, and he looked as good as ever tonight.
Let's see some of Dannenberg's handiwork. This he slipped a right and then angled off and was able to land that left hook right between the defense of Uega. Here's a right hook, slips under, misses off, and then bang, throws that left hook right through the middle. Beautiful. Let's take a look at the second knockdown. Dannenberg putting the heat on with his boxing.
Second knockdown in the round.
In the round, yeah. So this is where his just boxing ended up being way too much. Boom, it's that right hook that seemed to do most of the damage.
And that was it for Ivan Dannenberg. And I'll hold that thought for after the break, but right now we need to take a timeout. When we return, the official decision as Ivan Dannenberg looked fantastic here tonight at the South Hall in Amsterdam.
GloryShop.com is your stop for all things Glory Kickboxing. Represent your favorite world-class strikers and get your own t-shirts, hoodies, hats, training gear, and more. Join your favorite fight club and get your Glory gear today. GloryShop.com. Tradition, style, glory.
Coming up later tonight, Tijani Beztani and Sitmonchai face off. And for more on that, we send it backstage to Whitney Miller.
Tonight we have a Thai veteran, Sitmonchai, who has been fighting since he's the age of 5 with over 100 fights against Tijani Bestati, who is your hometown hero and a rising star in Glory. Now Tijani has an enormous height and reach advantage over Sitmonchai, which could play to his advantage tonight, and he said he's not afraid to use it. Sitmonchai, on the other hand, is a veteran, and he has a big bag of tricks that he's going to unleash on him tonight. This could really go either way. It's a very exciting match. Let's see what happens.
We just saw what happened between Ivan Dannenberg and Wellington Uega, as there is Rico and Bader, who squared off last December in Germany.
Yeah, big Stefan Struve there as well. UFC heavyweight.
A lot of big names in the world of mixed martial arts here tonight. Bader's put his legal troubles behind him. Who knows when we'll see him back in the ring. But right now, joking around with the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, who we'll talk to later on tonight. Here's our highlights from this welterweight contest, and it's all about Mr. Cool.
Yeah, Mr. Cool, Ivan Dannenberg really did a good job at using his boxing to do most of the damage. Really put the pressure on. It was just too much for Uega to handle. And just didn't stop throwing left, right. Eventually, Uega had to go down.
Here are the statistics, Joe, and I have a feeling they're going to be very lopsided, and indeed they are. Total strikes landed 64 compared to just 16.
And it was Dannenberg really attacking the head, and that's what did a lot of the damage. A lot of those strikes absorbed from Uega to the body were those vicious knees that Dannenberg has.
Let's make it official now with Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with an official time of 1 minute, 50 seconds of that second round by way of the Glory Maximum Knockdown Rule. Ruled a technical knockout for your winner, Ivan Dannenberg.
Joe, what would you like to see Dannenberg do next here in the welterweight division?
Well, he needs to keep climbing up the rankings. Let's get him more active. Let's get more fights for him booked. And you're going to see him. I can guarantee you he'll probably be at the top of the rankings by the end of next year.
And hey, we've got a card coming up December 9th right back here in Holland. I'm sure Mr. Cool would love to be on that one. Well, coming up later, it very well could be the fight of the night. New Glory signing, Zakaria Zukawi promises another all-out attack offensive display as he meets Dutchman Massaro Glunder, who can knock you out with just one of those punches. But up next, Tijani Beztani and Yutkampan Sitmonchai.
October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China, Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series, with top-flight heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Plus, that's Panamarong, the Professor Kia Fukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Guang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we next turn our attention to the lightweight division. Now making his way into the Glory ring. Translated, his name means Supreme Warrior. It's Yokumpan Sitmonchai.
Kompong Sitmonchai, fighting, of course, out of Thailand, the number 4 ranked lightweight in the world today. And you look at his experience, Joe, 90 wins, 28 losses. You think, hey, this guy's got to be like 37, 38 years old. No, he's just 22.
Yeah, he has that traditional Muay Thai fighter life that we've seen in some of our other Thai fighters. At such a young age, they have so much professional experience, and that's what makes him, super dangerous.
His low kicks are devastating. He wants to use those tonight on the much taller Bestati.
Yeah, and we've seen him use a lot of aggressive boxing, and that's something he's really trying to work on. He's had a boxing coach since his last fight, trying to work his hands and his head movement.
This man is undefeated in 3 prior Glory appearances. Here is Tijani Bastati.
He's got plenty of youthful exuberance, Joe. He loves to fight, and he's the number 8 lightweight contender in the world today at just 19.
Yeah, he takes fighting as a full-time job. He trains 6 days a week at Coliseum Gym. He trains twice a day, and a lot of times they have to actually take him out of the gym if he's overtrained, because he would be there every day, all day.
You can see on his shirt there it says Nuri. That is a footballer that he is friends with who has heart damage and brain damage, and he is dedicating his performance tonight to him. So a classy gesture for Tijani Bestati as he steps into the ring for his 4th Glory fight. He's not been defeated. Nuri played for Ajax of Amsterdam, the most popular football club here in the city. Time for our tail of the tape in our lightweight division, 154 pounds, 70 kilos. The height, the reach, massive Joe, 7 inches taller with a 4-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, but talking about experience, it's all on the opposite side for Yokumpan, who has 119 professional fights to only the 14 of Bestati.
We are once again scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, his knockout power gained him quick entry into the Lumpini top 10. His professional record, 90 career wins, 28 losses, 1 bout scored even with 54 career knockouts. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, 1.73 meters, and he weighed in at fight time at 152.5 pounds, 69.3 kilos. He's here in the Netherlands tonight, fighting out of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, Yokumpan Mu Sitmonchai. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a European champion, also 6-time Dutch champion. His professional record, 13 wins versus just 1 loss, 5 of those wins coming by knockout. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.90 meters, and he too weighed in at 152.5 pounds, 69.2 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Morocco, ladies and gentlemen, Tijani, the Wonder Boy, Bastati. And the third man inside the Glory ropes, your referee is John Axwood.
Bestati's fights, Joe, have always been exciting, and there's always that one moment where he gets in real trouble. Let's see if he survives that moment tonight.
Okay, guys, you know the rules. Break is break, stop is stop. Okay? Any question? Questions?
Well, Joe, usually I ask you your keys to victory, but I think it's pretty obvious. Yudkampan is going for low kick after low kick to try and chop Bestati down.
Absolutely.
What?
Can Bestati keep him away? And I know Yudkampan really wants to showcase his boxing, but he can't wait too long. Let's see if he's a little bit more aggressive this time.
Bestati firing right away. Trying to use that 4-inch reach advantage to his advantage. He's coming right after him. You can see Bestati pound his gloves together. He wants to get into a fist fight here.
Yudkampan did throw 2 or 3 haymakers there. So Bestati needs to keep his chin down and watch those counter punches.
There's a high kick, and Yudkampan appreciated that. Probably been hit with 1,000 of those over in Thailand.
Yudkampan's really wanted to use those overhand punches. Being the shorter fighter, that's what he has to do. Or hit the body, mix in low kicks.
And it's interesting the opponent selection for Bestati. They're trying to bring him on as slow as they can, but Joe, he's so good, he's beaten everybody and now has a crack at the 4th-ranked fighter in the world.
Now this is a huge fight for his career, and it's probably given him a lot of good confidence. Yudkampan landing really good low kicks. Bestati focusing on his boxing.
Not too many 6'3", 154-pound men walking the planet right now, especially ones with the power in their hands that Tijani Bestati possesses. Another low kick there from Yudkampan Sitmonchai. They don't look devastating, Joe, but they start to add up.
Yeah, those low kicks that he's landing are really high-shinned. The ones that you hear, the slaps, aren't that powerful. It's those thuds that you got to listen for.
Certainly part of the next generation of kickboxers, these two at age 22 and 19.
You can see Bestati really respecting Yudkampan. A lot of times we've seen him a little bit more aggressive from the start.
Usually Muay Thai shorts are baggier. Those things are about 2 sizes too small, they look like. Maybe it's just the size of Yudkampan's thighs that are so big.
Yeah, it's a style. I like this, the tighter pair. I prefer shorts.
You're more of a European style guy. Nice overhand right there from Tijani Bestati.
Step back, step back.
And he jumped in with one of his favorite techniques, which is that scissor left knee.
Dan DeBree, you saw him briefly, the trainer for Bestati. He's got a real talent on his hands, does he not?
Yeah, he does.
Anyone that he reminds you of?
Well, at first I saw him as a Dannenberg style, really tall, good combinations, but I mean, I don't know. The future's endless for him. I bet you he's going to change his style a lot as he grows. He's probably going to get bigger. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him as a middleweight one day.
That would be about a 30-pound jump, but right now he's doing pretty well at 154 pounds. Let's get to know Tijani a little bit better. He does fight out of Dan DeBree's gym, Coliseum, and he's won all 3 of his Glory contests.
And they've all been exciting, and this is why we keep having him back and we keep talking about him as a potential, leader in the sport.
As for his opponent, Yudkampan Sitmonchai at 22, he's already done so much in the sport.
Yeah, and just amazing to see that he's been fighting since 5 years old to help support his family. He has a son of his own now who apparently is going to do really well, and he's very strong in his Muay Thai already at even such a young age.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the welterweight champion of the world. Myrtle Grunhart sitting next to a former welterweight champion, Nikki Holskin,
who fought 3 times.
Maybe there's a reason the wide set between those two. They haven't always gotten along, but I have a feeling we'll see them back in a glory ring together somewhere down the line.
Oh, definitely.
Round 2 scheduled for 3. Bestati wearing the white gloves. Yudkampan Sitmonchai in the black.
That was a first round that was really close, but I have to give a slight edge to Bestati, just initiating the pace. Even though Yotkumpan has landed some solid low kicks, it's Tijani that's thrown 61 strikes and landed 20 to only the 11 of Yotkumpan.
And there are the official strikes. Bestati's landed 7 more so far and thrown 30 more. Nice jab right up Route 1.
That's what Yotkumpan needs to do. Start initiating first. Don't wait all the time to counter off of whatever Tijani's throwing.
Would you like to see Yotkumpan come in with a low kick and then throw hands, or come in throwing hands and end with a low kick?
Well, I'd like to see both. I think he needs to just be a little bit more active. Needs to put that pressure on.
There's a left hand, kind of a sneaky one. Maybe Yotkumpan saying, listen, enough of these low kicks. Let's see how he can handle my power with my hands. Been working on his boxing.
Yeah, he's lunging for it. So he needs to be careful not getting caught.
Just missed that. Considered a slip for Bestati. Minute and a half to go in round 2.
Break. Step back. What?
Tijani really being comfortable fighting on the outside, moving. He does not want to be a standing target because he knows Yotkumpan's really looking to land the power shots.
14 professional fights for Tijani Bestati, but an extensive amateur record, including winning 6 Dutch championships. You heard the word focus being thrown towards Bestati. He's lost focus in several of his other fights. And that's when he gets caught, but right there ended that combination with a left hook.
That was a hard exchange there. Both guys throwing everything with power, not setting anything up.
Stop! Stop!
He almost landed that knee off the top rope, WWE style. Another good round for the Dutch fighter. Avoids that spinning back fist and comes inside again.
Nice ending for Tijani.
And Yotkumpan almost goes down. I think it was more off balance than anything, but we've got a fight on our hands and 3 minutes left to go.
That was a slower round for Bestati, and he just waited to the end of that round to pick up the pace. That was definitely a closer round.
Glory makes its long-awaited debut in China at Glory 46. It's the Super Fight Series. Heavyweight champion Rico Verhoeven puts his 13-fight Glory winning streak on the line as he faces former MMA star Antonio Bigfoot Silva. It's all coming your way Saturday, October 14th, as Glory continues its Glory expansion into China. And I'm being told that Rico Verhoeven will join us here ringside a little later on tonight. Joe, what's your message to both these fighters, or what would it be if you were in their corner?
Well, to put the pressure on, the fight is too close to lead to the judges' scorecard. Both need to have a dominant round to win the fight.
Round 3. The first 2 seemingly tilted towards Bestati. And if that's the case, Yotkumpan needs a knockdown. One of the reasons Glory Kickboxing is so exciting, if we have a draw after 3 rounds, we go to an extra round.
Yep, that's one of my favorite things with kickboxing.
What was it, that fight you sent me? Ernesto Hoos, was it Andy Hoops, where they went 2 extra rounds?
Peter Aerts, and
Peter
they went
Aerts.
double extra.
Double extra rounds.
Nice jab left hook from Bestati.
Is that your greatest kickboxing fight?
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
All right, step back.
What do you make of Bestati's game plan so far?
Well, he's being comfortable fighting outside, fighting backwards. comes forward and moves, which is a good strategy because he knows Kumpan's counter-punching him. So he hits and moves, hits and moves.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more low kicks from Kumpan.
He did well with him in the first round. Bestati slipped a few in the second.
According to our fight metrics, Kumpan's landed 8 kicks to Bestati's 8. We thought we'd see much more than that from the Muay Thai specialist. In Muay Thai, kicks are actually scored higher than punches.
Yep.
But give Tijani Bestati credit, he has not allowed Kumpan to really get comfortable in this fight.
Kumpan needs to throw more than just a single hook. He needs to put some combinations together, whether it's just with his boxing or hands to low kicks.
Just do more.
Yep.
There's a left hook that I would say wobbled Bestati, but certainly got him to acknowledge it.
Bestati got comfortable in the pocket. Still needs to be careful. We saw in his first fight near the end of the round, he was dominating, and Andre Boule was able to catch him at the end.
Is that a knockdown? Whoa, boy, that could have changed everything. John Axwood saying no, no, no. But right now, Bestati looking a bit vulnerable for the first time tonight.
Yeah, he also looked up at the clock.
And if you're in the corner of Bestati, you're probably saying, wait a second, man, just dance around a little bit.
Pump your jab and move.
And that'll do it. Bestati clicking his heels. Feels like he's got his 4th Glory win. Is he right, though? When we return, it's the official scorecards live from Amsterdam, Holland. Coming up later tonight, it is our main event. Yusuri Belgarwi and Jason Wilness. And with a preview, we send it back to Whitney Miller.
Jason, when I walked into your locker room, you had the look of death in your eyes. You seemed so ready. What is your mindset going into this fight tonight?
Yes, the eyes say we're ready, and we worked hard for it, and it's really time to kill right now.
Your opponent, Belgarwi, said that you actually don't hit very hard. Do you have a message for him?
Yeah, he can say what he wants, but he's gonna feel it in a bit. So I wish him good luck.
Well, I wish you good luck tonight too.
Thank you.
Yusuri, this is a big match for you, and it's an elimination bout. But when I spoke with your opponent, Jason Wilness, he said that you are not ready for him. That he's taking it seriously, but you're not. What's your message to Jason?
I take this very serious, just like the title bout that I have after this match. And believe me, I'm very ready. The talk is over. It's time for action. And I'll show how ready I am.
When you say you'll show us, what exactly are you going to do to beat him?
I'm going to hit him very hard and very much. If he can take it, he'll get more. If he can't take it, he goes down and it's over.
Good luck tonight.
We're back here in the sports hall in the south of Amsterdam. Tijani Bestati and Kumpan Sitmonchai just wrapping things up.
Yeah, a lot of the highlights was the early activity of Tijani Bestati seemed to be doing the best for him. Round 2 was a little bit closer. Kumpan is really trying to land those single power shots, whether it's his right hand, left hook. Tijani Bestati landing better in combinations. The beginning of the 3rd round, Tijani did well, but it still felt that Kumpan had to press forward, try to really land that one-punch knockout. He didn't get it, but near the end of the round, he was pretty close.
Here are the final strike count statistics, and as you can see, Bestati landing almost double Sitmonchai.
Even though he was landing double, a lot of those shots were to the head. Used a lot of good jabs, left hooks. Pretty tough performance for Bestati.
With the official decision, here is Tim Hughes.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. After 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 5 judges see them out the same and score at 30-27. A unanimous decision for your winner, Johnny Bestati.
An emotional win for Bestati, who, as we mentioned earlier, dedicated his performance to an injured friend from the Ajax Football Club.
Yeah, this fight has to give him a lot of confidence fighting someone with so much experience, and in order for him to climb those rankings and fight the top of the division, he has to be ready for those types of fights.
He's unbeaten in glory, currently ranked 8th, but the sky is the limit for Johnny Bestati. Coming up later, the former middleweight champion of the world wants the belt back around his waist, and he'll get a title shot if he can win tonight. But his opponent feels his time is now. Yusri Belgari, full of confidence after winning 2 fights and 1 night to claim a contender tournament champion. Find out who gets the title shot later. But coming up next, 2 of Glory's hottest young prospects collide. Zakaria Zugarwi promises another dynamic performance as he looks to climb the rankings, but standing in his way, Massaro Glunder, who knocks out 2/3 of his opponents. It's Zugari and Glunder when we return.
Saturday, October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China. Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series, with top light heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Plus, that's Panamarong, the Professor Kia Fukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Guang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.
We are back here live in Amsterdam. Joseph Baltellini and Todd Grisham ringside, and joining us now, the king of the sport, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven, the heavyweight champion of the world. How you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up, brother?
First things first, you just had a new baby boy. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
What'd you name him?
Vince Verhoeven.
Is he a fighter already?
Yeah, the first picture I made, I post on Instagram. He already had his hands up, so this guy's ready.
I saw ones of even your daughters trying to keep you down the other day.
Sorry?
She was trying to keep your head down the other day.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I just wanted to go. She said, stay here. Yeah. You gotta sleep with me. So I gotta go. Stay.
She didn't want you to leave. That's for sure.
Crazy.
Well, hey, your son may be a future champion. You're the champ right now, and you go to China next month to fight Antonio Bigfoot Silva. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. You know, yeah, Bigfoot Silva. He's a huge name, of course, from the MMA sport. But in the end, most of the fights he knocked people out was standing up. So this is going to be entertaining. No doubt.
How do you plan and prepare for such a big opponent? Do you have training partners that size to stimulate his style?
Always. You know, when you're fighting in the heavyweight, it's just difficult to find opponents, find sparring partners. So we got like 3, 4, and we just get them in, and we just mix them up every round. So every round, for me, I get a fresh guy. So every round is like a first round.
Almost as unique as your opponent, it's the venue. You're going to China for the first time. Glory's never been there. A lot of pressure on you to perform in a new market.
No, not really.
Really?
It doesn't matter where that ring is. If the ring's here in Amsterdam, if it's in LA, or it's going to be in Guangzhou in China, it doesn't matter, you know. You still got to put up the same performance.
And quickly, last December you had a massive fight with Badr Hari, a fight you won. He's here today. I saw you guys talking earlier. What did you say?
Hi, how are you?
So what do you say? Get away from me unless you want to fight?
It was a good chat.
All right. Well, hey, also you're going to be in Rotterdam later this year. I know you're fighting another big guy in Jamal Big Ben City.
Yes,
Two
sir.
whoppers back-to-back for you.
Definitely.
How do you feel about that fight against Big Ben?
It's it's redemption. So I lost back in the days. I lost that fight. So we got something to square up.
Yeah, he came out really aggressive last time you guys went. You went into the ring and you guys exchanged a few words.
Yeah.
Is that, bad blood or just you guys really wanting to hype the fight?
No, I think bad blood. I don't hate nobody, but it's just when you think you're ready for the king, believe me, you ain't. And that's what's up with this guy. The last fight I saw from him was versus Gudo. That's when we stepped into the ring. I was like, come on, man, you did 30 actions in a whole 3-round fight. How the F is that possible? I was going crazy. So, yeah, there's no way in hell he could win a fight fighting me like that.
He hates nobody. He's a lover and a fighter, everybody.
That's what I do.
The heavyweight champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven. Thanks, my friend.
All right,
No
thanks,
problem,
brother.
guys. My pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this battle of the featherweights is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. He carries uncanny knockout power at featherweight with 70% of his fights ending inside the distance. Here is Massaro Glunder.
Massaro Glunder, the number 13th ranked featherweight in the world today, but he has his work cut out for him as he faces another 23-year-old and Zakaria Zugari.
Yeah, we saw him. He took a fight on last-minute notice at Glory 42. He stepped in a weight class ahead, came into a lightweight fight, and ended up knocking out one of the top in the division in Nicholas Larson. Made it to the finals where he had to meet and fight one of his best friends and teammates in Chris Baya. Didn't get the win, but he did get a lot of confidence fighting in that weight class ahead.
Well, Mike Passanier, the trainer for both Glunder and Baya, speaking to us the other day, said, listen, I tried to take my trainer hat off and score that fight, and I actually thought Massaro beat Baya that night, although the judges didn't agree.
Yeah, it was a very close fight. Both guys are so talented. You got to think they spar almost every day together, so they know each other really well.
Massaro fighting out of Mulkakan Republic, and if you haven't heard of that, I hadn't either, but it's a group of islands near Indonesia that are known as the Spice Islands because that's where nutmeg was first found.
Nice research, son.
Thanks, buddy. Glunder left school early. All he wanted to do was be a fighter, so he said, listen, this is the life I chose. I've got to make it. I've got no other choice.
Yeah, even his father was a professional MMA fighter, Rodney Glunder. But Massaro stuck with kickboxing and he's been with Mike from a long time.
And he likes Bon Jovi, apparently.
His debut win in Den Bosch over Yetkin Ozkul is in the candidate for Fight of the Year. Here is Zakaria Zugari.
Zakaria Zugari, ranked number 10, made a name for himself with a very crowd-pleasing style over in Japan. Some highlight reel knockouts, but we didn't know how good he would be in Glory. Well, we saw how good he was in his fight against Yetkin Okul. Many considered to be, so far at least, the fight of the year.
Oh, easily. There was back and forth exchanges, and the way he throws, it's so unpredictable. It's explosive, it's athletic, and all of a sudden he'll be throwing and then a spin kick comes out of nowhere. So it just makes him so fun to watch, and every time he fights, it's going to be an exciting fight.
He is a violent fighter. At 143 pounds, they don't quite make him like Zakaria Zugari. Here's our tail of the tape. In the featherweight division, Sugari fighting out of the Netherlands. Masaru Glunder trains in the Netherlands, but is fighting out of the Mulyakan Republic, and he will have a height inch of 1 and a reach of 9 inches, Joe.
Yeah, Masaru's also going to have an advantage when it comes to professional experience with 43 professional fights. Both guys knocking out more than half of their opponents.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, he stepped in on short notice to win a tournament semifinal in Paris. His professional record, 30 wins, 9 losses, 4 bouts scored even with 20 career knockouts. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, 1.73 meters, he weighed into fight time at an even 143 pounds, 64.9 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Moluccan Republic, ladies and gentlemen, here is Masaru, the Project Glunder. His opponent fighting out of the white corner, a crowd favorite who won his debut in Glory 41 in Den Bosch. His professional record stands at 29 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 15 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, 1.70 meters, and weighed in at fight time at 143.5 pounds, and even 65 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands by way of Morocco, here is Zakaria Double Z Zuhari. And once again, your referee for this bout is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like.
Dave Walsh, who covers kickboxing for liverkick.com, said he hasn't been this excited about a matchup in Glory for years. That's saying something. Let's see if his hype lives up to it. Sugari wearing the white gloves, Glunder wearing black.
Yeah, if you're a kickboxing fan who follows a lot of the other leagues, you know how big this fight is. And it's a fight in the making. Both of these guys used to fight in amateur tournaments together, never fought each other, but they've been in the same tournaments.
Glunder said, listen, I know people think we're just going to stand there and exchange fire, but I'm going to be more smart. I'm going to stick and move. I'm not going to let him just fire off in the pocket.
Glunder has that reach advantage, so that's what he wants to do. And that jab is going to be a very strong weapon for him.
Rarely do you see someone who's only 1 inch taller than someone else, but have a 9-inch reach advantage.
Nice lunging left hook, just shows that athleticism and explosiveness in Sugari.
Well, we've built it up enough, Joe. Let's see what happens now.
Nice patience from Masaru.
Right.
Being very selective.
Both men with plenty of experience. Glunder, over 40 pro fights. Sugari with 32.
It's probably going to take one hard shot from one of these guys to open up. They're both very aggressive. They don't want the other to gain momentum.
Nice body shot from Sugari.
It looks like Sugari is really waiting for that counter left hook of Glunder because he's rolling under it every time.
Big Mike shouting instructions to Glunder. Must not like what he's doing so far. But he appears to be winning the round.
He's staying very patient, very calculated.
Break. Fight.
And he's trying to use straight punches because those are the punches that'll keep Zakaria away.
There's a flying knee from Sugari and finishes it off with a left hook.
Break. Fight.
Tried the spinning back fist, just grazed off the skull of Glunder.
He needs to make sure he lands with the glove. It's a foul if it hits the forearm or the elbow. Nice right hand landed from Massaro.
Finally, Zugari lets his hands go at the end of the round and buckled Glunder for just a minute. But is it too little too late for him to win that round?
Yeah, it was a very close back and forth throw. Both guys staying very patient. But let's take a look at that end exchange. Nice left hook from Zugari. Just kept coming to continue with punches, trying to score as much as he can before the round ends. Get his lasting impression in for the judges.
Is that going to have to be the type of fight Zugari has? Just letting his hands go when he gets inside?
Yeah, he needs to go and wait for that opportunity. You're going to see him try to move around the outside, but when he comes in, he's got to attack with everything he has. And I liked how he mixed up the body a little bit. He's mixing in those spectacular hook kicks and spinning back fists. He needs to keep it structured, and he needs to come, and when he's in, keep going.
Round two. Glunder in the black gloves, Zugari in the white. Who'd you give round one to?
Well, I think Massaro Glunder did a good job at, staying patient, staying long. He was a little bit busier, so I'm going to give the first round to Massaro. But again, very close, and if it goes to double Z, I wouldn't be surprised.
Just joining us, you're watching two 23-year-olds at the very early stage of their Glory careers. Don't want to quite call it a crossroads fight, but certainly the winner of this bout has a very bright future.
And I'm sure they'll learn a lot from each other after this fight, where it's just going to improve their career.
Break! Glunder came in off balance. But once he got hit by Glunder, said, all right, I'll fight off balance, I don't care.
Both opened up there, not much landed. Nice body work, doubling up that left hook, moving to the outside. Zugari's trying to move his head. He has to get inside because Glunder keeps throwing that jab. Move his head, get inside.
That just missed. Glunder and Zugari known for their spectacular offense. Haven't seen a massive strike landed yet, though. Glunder has landed one more, but has thrown 20 more.
Zugari's doing good work when he mixes levels. That left hook to the body looks really good. And then he follows low kicks.
Only 3 rounds to get it done. No time to feel your opponent out. It's now or never. That's what Glory Kickboxing is all about. And the strikes landed pretty close.
One step.
Fight! Break!
Zugari trying to use angles. Good strategy.
Oh, nice counter left from Glunder.
Very nice. He's been looking for that left hook since the first round.
Flying knee attempted again by Zugari, who had a nice flare at the end of round one. Let's see if he gives us another one here in round two.
It seems like it's his strategy. He likes to really dominate the last 10 seconds of the round.
That's how Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler. Dominated the last few seconds of the round. It's the lasting impression that judges see, and even though he wasn't landing as many strikes, or many punches, he was given a lot of those close rounds. Right?
Here's that step back, left counter, left hook from Massaro Glunder. probably one of the more significant strikes in the fight so far. A lot is being thrown, but both of these guys have pretty tight defense, and not much of the damaging strikes are being landed. But that left hook was perfectly timed.
There's Alyssa saying hello from Amsterdam. You can follow her on Instagram or follow Glory Girls. Always dressed to the nines, our Glory Girls. There's the former Miss Belgium. We have Sweden, the United States, and Belgium represented in our 3 Glory Girls tonight. It's at the International House of Pancakes. Fight! Here we go. Round 3. Glunder and Zugari.
Beautiful combination work, changing levels by Double Z.
Zugari's tired of this pedestrian pace. He doesn't want a kickboxing match. He wants to fight.
Well, I feel Zugari really needs to put some pressure on, because the first round could have edged towards Massaro. Second round, very close. So there's no definitive winner so far.
Zugari did well to duck that high kick. That was a decapitating looking high kick coming. Now Zugari trying to get creative. As you can see, Glunder has been headhunting. Only 8 strikes to the body.
Both throwing 79 punches. Very close fight.
Glunder again going for the head kick. Break! Fight! Break! Fight!
Come on, guys.
A lot of clinching in this third round. The fatigue's kicking in.
Oh, that knee may have caught Glunder. I think that's a knockdown. And it is no weight. That is a crucial non-call by Paul Nichols, our referee. I thought it was a knockdown.
It was hard to tell because I couldn't see where the knee landed.
Glunder, as you can see, is holding here, Joe. A little wobbly. You can see the right leg giving out. Zugari going in now.
And he just landed another knee to the body, and now he's smiling.
A crucial no call there by our referee, but to be fair, obviously no replay. It was a hidden knee. Wasn't quite easy to tell what happened.
And what makes it difficult was because you had Double Z's pressure coming forward, so it could have been a off-balance strike over a knockdown.
Paul was ready to lift his right hand and start the count, and instead said no knockdown. A split-second call he had to make. Either way, this is a great round for Zakaria Zugari. You can see the footwork, the leg work there for Glunder, not there. Break! If Zugari could tag him with another big shot, he might go down again.
This is the time of the fight. We see Zugari really pick it up.
So it was a good fight, not the great fight we'd hoped, but really an interesting round 3. And before we go to break, want to take a look at that non-knockdown, Joe. You tell me.
All right, here it came in. See, it's still hard to tell from that angle. Did it clip the temple of Zugari? Of Glunder. Did it clip? I still can't see it.
Well, to me, the proof was in the pudding. When Glunder stood up, he didn't argue, he didn't say anything, he just looked a little off balance. Either way, no knockdown, no point deduction. Did Glunder do enough? The decision when we return to Holland.
Saturday, October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China. Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series. with top flight heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Plus, catch Panamarong, the Professor Kia Fukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Guang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.
We are getting set for our main event still to come tonight. For more on that, we send it to Whitney Miller.
We have a high-stakes elimination bout between former champion Jason Wilness and Yusri Belgarawi. When I tried to speak with Yusri earlier, he told me he doesn't even want to talk, that it's all about action now. He is going to put Jason on the canvas, and that he doesn't even hit that hard. But when we talk about Jason Wilness, we always hear about his power, and he told me he'd love to get the knockout. Both of these fighters are looking for that title, and maybe more so Jason, because he knows what it feels like to have the title and what it feels like to lose the belt. Let's find out what happens tonight. Back to you, Todd.
Nice job, Whitney Miller backstage. We're back, and let's jump into the highlights, and this was a very back and forth fight.
Yeah, it was tough, and it was very close to call because each guy was doing good at different parts of the round. So how much did they dominate each round to steal it? That's up to the judges, but it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of inside scrappy fighting between the two, but it was Massaro first doing well with his jab and long punches, but then Double Z came in and really started mixing up levels with his boxing, started landing some flying knees, spin kicks, and there's that knockdown, the not called knockdown that could have changed the fight.
Here are our strike count statistics. Zugari throwing 133 strikes compared to Glunder's 159. He landed 8 more total overall.
And there was a lot of back and forth. Both guys did a good job at mixing up the levels of strikes. To have even head and body strikes just shows intelligent fighting.
Not an easy one for our 5 judges. Let's see how they have it scored. Here's Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Our 5 international judges score it this way. 2 have it 29-28. The other 3, 30-27. A unanimous decision for your winner, Zakaria Zouhari.
Zakaria Zugari just did enough to get that unanimous decision victory. Some judges had it 30-27. I'm not sure if it was that dominant, but regardless, Double Z on and up.
Turns out he didn't need that knockdown after all, as Zugari gets a big win early in his career against another fighter in his early 20s. So the sky's the limit now for Zugari. See what he comes up with next in the featherweight division. Straight ahead, it is our main event from the middleweight division, Jason Wilness and Yusri Belgarawi.
Always looking to do damage. This has Orca staggered and down! New glory middleweight champion of the world, Yusri Belgarawi.
With names like Machado and Pereira already on his win list, he's ready to take the next step in the middleweight division. Here is Yusri Belgari.
Yusri Belgari fighting out of Tunisia by way of the Netherlands, 22-3 overall, 3-1 in glory, and the one loss he had was by razor-thin decision in a tournament final to Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, it was a close fight. Israel's really tricky, so that was a tough fight for anyone. But this is probably a relief for Belgari. He's been in glory twice. This is his third appearance, and both times have been in tournaments, and it's probably a nice relief to only have one fight to worry about.
When most guys are getting ready to fight Jason Wilness, they speak of him in respectful, hushed tones almost. They don't want to upset that man. Belgari's different, so listen, I don't think he punches that hard. I don't think this is going to be that tough of a fight for me. I think I'm going to win this thing.
Well, yeah, he has a lot of confidence, and he needs that confidence. If you're going to fight Jason Wilness, you better be 100% mentally prepared.
Here comes the #1 contender in the division with an eye toward regaining the belt. He is Jason Wilness.
Jason Wilness, the #1 ranked middleweight in the world today, fighting for the first time since losing his middleweight title. He gets Yusri Belgari, who Jason says, listen, he's good, but he's just not at my level.
Yeah, but what Jason Wilness does so well is he's a pressure fighter. He likes to close the distance, and he likes to counter punch and really good use boxing and low kicks. And he's fighting a taller fighter who wants to keep that outside fighting. So it's good that Belgari's style is good for Jason Wilness, so that's where it gets that little bit of extra confidence.
The winner of this bout does indeed get a title shot. We just don't know who yet the champion's going to be. Wilness, Belgari tonight, and then Simon Marcus and Alex Pereira square off in Canada at Glory 46, and the winners will meet December 9th in Rotterdam. Here's our tale of the tape for this, our main event in the middleweight division. Jason Wilness from the Netherlands, Belgari from Tunisia, and the big difference in height and reach will be obvious.
Yeah, looking at our fight metric stats, I know Belgari said that Wilness doesn't have much power, but look at that knockout ratio. He's knocked down his opponents 11 times, only 2 suffered himself, but look for Yusri Belgari with that strike differential to be more active than Wilness.
Here are our glory rules. 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, and knees are illegal. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's over. Only the doctor or referee can stop the fight.
And tonight in Amsterdam, 5 judges will score the belt using the 10-point must system. Scoring is based on knockdowns, damage, clean scoring strikes with an emphasis on spectacular techniques. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges are looking at aggressiveness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your headline super fight of the evening. 3 rounds in the Glory middleweight division, and the top 2 contenders vying for the next shot at a world championship. It's about sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association, and at the bell, your referee is Big John Axwood. From beautiful Amsterdam to Amarillo, Glory kickboxing fans are tuned in around the world. It's time for Glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He's a European champion and a Glory Contender Tournament champion. His record stands at 22 wins with just 3 losses. 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters. He weighed in at 186 1/2 pounds. 84.7 kilos. Fighting out of Tunisia, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Yusri Belgari. His opponent fights from the white corner, one of the toughest pound-for-pound punchers in all of kickboxing. His record, 30 wins, 7 losses, 1 bout scored even with 8 career knockouts. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he weighed in at 184.5 pounds, 83.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, the former Glory middleweight champion of the world, Jason Psycho Wilness. And once again, your referee in charge of the Glory ring is John Axwood.
Jason Wilness, Yusri Belgari, 2 of the best fighters in the world and 2 of the best trainers in the world in their corner.
Okay, guys, you know the rules. Break is break, stop is stop. Any question? Any questions?
Joe, what do you expect to see here?
I have a feeling this is gonna be fireworks. Jason has that look in his eyes, so does Belgari.
Look at Belgari, he's already in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, he doesn't want to wait.
So this is it, 3 rounds. The winner gets a middleweight world title shot in Holland in December. Belgari, the much taller fighter wearing black gloves. Wilness, the former champ, in the white. The question, is Belgari ready for this level? Is he ready to be a champion?
He's showing a lot of good confidence, and even against those bigger names that he's fought, just stays really calm and is not intimidated one bit.
We've seen Jason Wilness get completely dominated in rounds, and then all of a sudden, one punch, one combination, and the fight turns on its head. What a body kick by Belgari!
That was just right under the guard, and he landed a knee in this exchange as well.
Jason's trying to be patient, but he may need to just start firing back here because Belgari is landing some huge knees and kicks.
Yeah, that's a tough reach to get inside. But he's got to remember, Wilness, that it's not a 5-round fight. He's been used to 5 rounds. It's only 3. He's got to get busier quicker.
9 minutes to do your work. Now just 8 left for Wilness. What a confidence boost for Belgari, who's just teeing off, and again backs Wilness up to the ropes.
Maybe his game plan is to let Belgari really waste his energy in the first round and then pick it up in 2 and 3. We've seen that in the past from Wilness. He'll give a round to dominate the next 2.
Maybe Belgari trying to work off some of that nervous energy. Either way, he's come up smelling like roses here in round 1.
But Wilness is calm. He's relaxed. He's not too overly worried from the power that Belgari has.
Belgari told us he loves throwing knees, and he's proved that here in round 1. Total strikes, 52 to 15.
Yeah, Wilness is definitely taking this round off, it seems. Maybe he's seen Belgari fade in his fights.
The last time we saw Belgari, he was in a tournament, fought twice in one night. So he went 6 rounds basically the last time we saw him. 3 shouldn't be a problem. And I would think just to make this weight, when you're 6'5", you've got to be in great shape.
Yeah, he has to, but there's a cut over the left eye of Wilness already, possibly from one of those knees. He's really attacking the body of Wilness.
If you didn't know Wilness any better, you'd start fearing for him right now. But as you said, Joe, he looks as calm as can be for a guy who's eaten 27 strikes.
Yeah, no, he's taking this round off.
Look at that cut. Oh, man.
And that's a bad one. That could easily be stopped.
That is a big gash.
I have a feeling this is going to get stopped.
Only the doctor or referee can stop a fight. And the doctor right now chiming in.
Oh, that's a bad gash.
This is strange, Joe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're not allowed to help a cut. Are they going to stop
stop it. It is over. Yusuri Belgari with a TKO win as the doctor says Wilnis cannot continue.
Wow, maybe that strategy of keeping off that first round wasn't a good one for Wilnis, but Yusuri Belgari with an incredible first round.
You know, I was questioning if the winner of this would really be ready by December, considering how much damage was done. Belgari was only hit, what, 5-6 times in this fight. He could go again in a week.
Yeah, he looks he's going to be fresh, but he landed some really good knees.
Let's see how that cut got opened up, Joe.
So it was more of a grazing, the elbow hit, kind of skimmed, but it's got to be that right knee. Yeah, it was that right knee from Yusuri Belgari that cut that eye right open. As he came in. Boom! Just as Wilnis ducked his head. Nice timing.
Well, Simon Marcus and Alex Pereira, if you're watching right now, be on the lookout. Yusuri Belgari is waiting on you December 9th in Rotterdam. Well, Joe, what do you take from this performance? Granted, it was stopped before the end of round one, but what do you say?
Well, I'm not sure what Jason and Coliseum's game plan was, but it was still a remarkable performance by Belgari. He was able to counter off that forward aggression of Wilnis. Even though Wilnis was pressuring, Belgari stayed calm, was able to land his strikes, and landed and timed those knees perfectly up the middle.
We will make it official as we step aside. We'll be back in Holland as Yusuri Belgari has earned himself a world title opportunity.
GloryShop.com is your stop for all things Glory Kickboxing. Represent your favorite world-class strikers and get your own t-shirts, hoodies, hats, training gear, and more. Join your favorite fight club and get your Glory gear today. GloryShop.com. Tradition, style, glory.
Saturday, October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China, Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series, with top-flight heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva, plus Petspenarong, the Professor Kia Bukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Wang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.
We're back in Amsterdam, and what a performance by Yusuri Belgari, Joe. Granted, it was stopped early because of a cut, but what else could he have done to look any better?
Well, it's got to see, because I need to see how he can do in a 5-round setting. But he did a good job versus that forward pressure, and he does have dangerous knees, and he landed them. And it was that body kick that seemed to be the start to do things. Jason Wilnis has a really high guard defense. And dang, that just as soon as that head came down, Yusuri's king.
Dang, man.
That was perfectly timed, and that was a nasty cut. I mean, it's always unfortunate to see a fight stop. I would have loved to have seen the fight go on, but I'm sure they'll meet again.
Here are our final strike count statistics from this middleweight #1 contender battle between Yusuri Belgari and Jason Wilnis. Completely lopsided. 87 thrown, 30 landed compared to just 8 for Wilnis.
And it was really Belgari looking at, hitting the head and the body, and he did a lot of good damage with those knees and those body kicks, which really set up that finish.
Let's make it official. Tim Hughes in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is waved off by the ringside doctors with an official time of 2 minutes 47 seconds of that opening round, ruled a technical knockout. For your winner, Yusri Belgari.
Congratulations, spectacular performance. That was a perfectly timed knee. Was that part of your game plan tonight? Try this one. Was that part of your game plan tonight?
Yeah, of course. I talked about the sniper that I brought, but I got more weapons, you know. And the knee, I knew I was gonna use it. And I wish Jason a quick recovery with this eyebrow, but he's lucky it ended this way. Could have gone worse. And one more thing. This is for the bookies, yeah? Never ever put me as underdog again, okay? Never put me as underdog again. I get that belt in December. Simon Marcus, Pereira, make sure you lose, because otherwise I come for you. Boss.
I think you heard him. Congratulations.
Yusri Belgari, according to MMA Odds Breakers, a 2.5-to-1 underdog, and he was offended by that, Joe.
Yeah, he wasn't happy, and he just has so much confidence in himself that, let me tell you, he's got to bring that confidence in that fight in Rotterdam when he meets the winner of Simon Marcus and Pereira.
You can see our cameraman right here getting ready. This is called the money shot, Joe. Everybody watching at home, what a night of fights it was. Who stood out in your mind besides Yusri Belgari tonight?
Well, Double Z had a good performance, but still wasn't, I think, at his full potential. It just shows these kids are so young and they're still learning and growing. We saw Tijani Bestati do well against an experienced opponent. So again, this fight was really about potentials of these young kids really growing up.
And you know what? The tall, slender guys all did well tonight. Yeah. Mr. Cool, Ivan Dannenberg, Tijani Bestati, and as we just saw, Yusri Belgari. Maybe that's the new type of frame that's going to get things done.
Well, maybe. We saw good knees. We saw a lot of good action. We saw a good knockout from Dannenberg. So yeah, good night of fights.
Now from here, we head to China for the first time ever, and we get that Simon Marcus versus Alex Pereira middleweight title fight. Break that down for us.
Well, that's going to be a tough fight between those guys. It's going to be Simon having the advantage in his kicking. Simon's kicks are vicious, especially that left kick, where Pereira's known for his boxing. So it's going to be a fight between the kicks and the boxing of Pereira.
Now, which one of those fighters shapes up better for Yusri Belgari? Who does he want?
Well, I think to be the solid champion in the middleweight division, it's got to be Simon Marcus, who, you know, is really motivated to keep his title, and I'm sure he's ready for whoever he has to face.
And don't forget, Belgari's last victory before tonight came against Alex Pereira in the finals of a contender tournament. But here's the brackets right now. Belgari advances to face the winner of Marcus and Pereira. That fight on the right happens in China. Belgari versus the winner will take place at Glory 49 Rotterdam, December the 9th. Thanks for joining us here on the Glory Super Fight Series. Yusri Belgari with a big win tonight after a big knee right there. We'll see you in China for Glory 46.
Saturday, October 14th, live from Guangzhou, China. Glory heads to the Far East for Glory 46 Super Fight Series, with top flight heavyweight action from world champion Rico Verhoeven as he takes on legendary monster Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Plus, that's Panamaron, the Professor Kia Fukao, and a host of the best in China, led by Guang Hao Meng. Glory 46 Super Fight Series. Check date and time in your area. Don't miss it.